Hi, Fashion Dolls. It is Winsome Wednesday, June 4th, and welcome to an all new episode of Style by Stevie. Had to fix my bang over here, my hair on the side. There we go. Our very special guest today needs no introduction, as she is a good friend of the show and she is back today so that we can talk about reclaiming our joy in the midst of chaos. And I'm super excited to have her here back in the dollhouse with me. Shout outs to everyone. Hi, Deshaun. Hi, Alvin. Y'all, I had to do my crutches. Got on a crop top today, y'all. Yes. Ah, make sure y'all please go and check out my my conversation. I actually joined my colleague's panel, Alvin, tit for tat, this and that. Make sure you guys please go and check out the conversation. But today we're gonna do something a little bit different. Yesterday we got political and serious with my dear friend, shout outs to Andre Joseph, Unfinished Business Podcast. But today we're gonna do something a little different. My girl, Mell's Safe Space. I love it. I love your hair. Thank you. Very Farrah Fawcett. Farrah Fawcett was the inspiration for my hair today. I love it how Republicans are turning on each other, such as Elon Musk and Trump. See how it backfired? I love it. Me and my mom and grandmother and aunt was just talking about that today. And I love it so much how the wealthy are now turning on each other. I must say this. I'm not afraid of the orange man. I'm not afraid of Pam Bondi or any of the administration. So let me go on ahead and add my girl, Mell's Safe Space. Let me send her this live so that we can get her in here. Bloop, 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 bloop. We're going to talk about having some joy. We're also going to talk about protecting and maintaining your peace more than ever in the midst of all of the chaos that is going on. I'm super excited. We got another Girl Talk scheduled for next week, Monday. So make sure y'all tune in. I had to share this live with my girl, Mell. Mell will be joining me shortly. She's from the UK, but she just came down to Chicago. I think she's in Chicago now. So we're going to be catching up with her and seeing what she's been up to. And not only that, but she has a company called Mell's Affirmations. And you guys know that at the end of every interview, I always give you a word of encouragement, food for thought to send you on your way to go on your day. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that every morning that when we get up, we should have something that fuels us. Of course, breakfast, nourishment for the body, but I think that we should also have an affirmation to get us going through the day as well, too. And an affirmation that I keep saying to myself constantly is that you are surrounded by people who uplift you. And I must say I am thankful for my Short Stack family, my brothers in the Short Stack family, my colleagues, all of them, and then some in the Short Stack family, from Bubs to Alvin to Deshaun to Harold to Spicy to Conscious TV. And me and Conscious have a real deep connection because we are both Scorpios. So we both connect from the South Carolina area, and that's why it is so deep between us. And that's when we did our show together, the chemistry just flew so well, because I had Conscious on in the past and then my page wound up getting hacked and I had to start all over, and Conscious was one of the people that I messaged to let him know exactly what was going on. Let me fix my bang, y'all. There we go, perfect. Let me see where Mell is, because I just sent her the live. But back to what I was saying. Fear, let me call her, as a matter of fact, to let her know that we are on. She says she's ready. There she is. Fashion Dolls, without further ado, let's welcome my girl, Mell's Safe Space, or Mell's Desserts. We're going to be getting into some joy today. And if you have any questions you want to know about what you can do, we are now headed in the summer months. So I'm super excited to see what our girl has in store. So please welcome back to the dollhouse, my girl, Mell's Desserts. Hello. Hey, girl.
How are you?
I am doing wonderful. How have you been?
I'm in Chicago, so I'm excited.
We got to catch up. We got a lot to catch up on. How has 2025 been for you so far?
Hey. I'm just glad to be here. Thank you for having me on your platform again, my lovely.
I'm always a pleasure to have you back on here, Mel. You are the breath of fresh air that we need through all of this chaos. And I said this show would be perfect to have you on a Wednesday because it's all about wisdom. Wisdom Wednesday
Oh.
and giving people something to take their mind off of all of the chaos going on. But when I tell you you are refreshing, you're like a
Oh.
breath of fresh air that we need. So 2025 has been a wild ride for all of us, a wild deck of playing cards for each and every one of us. Today, I just want to find out ways that we can maintain our peace and sanity. And as she was coming on, I was telling you guys about her brand, Mell's Affirmations. Shout outs to my brother K Tukes. K Tukes also had Mel. We're all connected in some sort of way in here. So it's like we haven't seen each other before, but we stay connected on here and then outside of the group as well too. But 2025 has been a interesting journey, might I
It
say the
has.
least. And I know a lot of people want answers on what can we do to maintain our joy and maintain our peace, because it is so much picking up your phone on a daily and then having to see the news, the notifications 24/7, breaking news, breaking news,
Mm-hmm.
breaking news, breaking news. And so I think, Mel, it would be great for you to start it off on ways that people can maintain their peace and sanity. Because, like I said, you're like a breath of fresh air.
Oh.
I don't know how you do it, Mel. And even when we were having a conversation to set up this show, I said, Mel, I need you to come back on the show, girl. She's like, why? I said, you know why? It's so much going on. You know what's been going on in the climate that we're in right now. But what are ways that you or suggestions that you would give to people on maintaining their peace and sanity through everything that is going on?
Okay, so just live life. Just live life. I didn't know what was going to happen with my job. Um, I didn't know if I was coming here or not. I just do the things that make you happy, live life, and try and find purpose in life too. Finding the things that make life worthwhile is so important in this climate, I think. Just, and I'm speaking from truth, because coming to Chicago, I obviously, you know, my love for Chicago already,
We know
and
why.
I
A certain Chicago rapper. We know why.
it's the food. I'm here for the food and the flavors. But yeah, I can't express enough just to live your life, just to go out and follow your heart, follow your dreams, just live, just get out there. I mean, for me to come, I mean, I'm going home next month, and it's like, oh, it's already the time for me to leave. I don't want to leave, but I'm going to have to now consider a lot, a lot. There's a lot of thinking, a lot of process, how I'm gonna go about financing this, because it's just me on my own. Because usually it'd be a family, like a mum and a dad. It's just me on my own trying to finance the green card, the visas, the flights, accommodation where we're gonna live, finding work out here. Um, but God's shown me, like, He's shown me a way, or He's shown me like ideas, like what I could do and stuff. And it's just for me. I'm just gonna have to follow it, I think now. I don't know. I don't know what's that gonna look like, but I'm just gonna have to put my trust solely into God's plan. Even though me being a human, it's like, oh my gosh, I don't want to do this. Is it a waste of money? Is it going to be a waste of time? I'm just going to have to do it. I'm just going to have to follow that path and just see where it can lead me to. And obviously Lily as well, you know, because it's not just me, it's my daughter I have to think about.
Yeah, Lily. Mhm.
Yeah. But I have had amazing time so far.
I'm
Too much fun.
glad because when we had our last conversation, you was telling me so much about Chicago. I just had an idea. Not a store to lower taxes, buying items, just as such things is just tax price, right? As it pertains to the cost of living and efficiency and moving in. Mel, that was something. Thank you, Deshaun, for making me steer in that direction because a lot of people, if you're moving in, you're coming into the country, it's a lot of things that can be taken into consideration. And for the single parents out there, it's a lot. You're having to balance, as Mel just said, all of these things. So that was going to be another question that I wanted to ask you, jumping out on fear, because I know a lot of people are just fearful of what's the unknown, what's
Mm.
going to happen next. My God, what is going to happen next? What can we do? Uh, I have some tips for protecting your mental health this summer. We are now heading into the summer months, and I'm pretty sure Mel can give you some tips, but this is right here on the Monitor of Psychology, and this is from Stephanie Papas. This was back in 2024, and we're going to get into bits and pieces of this article. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I just want people to have an escape and an outlet. But jumping out on fear, Mel, what advice would you give to people on that? Because you say you took that leap, you've always wanted to come to Chicago, now you're here with us in Chicago. Well, I'm in South Carolina, but you're here in the US. But for you, what advice would you give to people on jumping out on faith, jumping out on fear? Because it can be scary
It's
going to a
scary.
new job, going to another city or another country. For a lot of people, rearranging and restarting over your life, you're having to leave behind friends. Like you said, for your daughter, Lily, I know it must have been difficult for her leaving behind her friends and then having to come to a new city unknown and start over. But she's been with you before, and
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she's loved it. But what advice would you give to people, Mel, on stepping out on fear and just following your faith?
Pray. Have regular conversations with God, and
Oh yeah.
you just have to do it. You just have to do it. There's no, what's the word? There's no point in fearing it. Just do it. Just go. As long as you're safe, and whatever you want to do, it's not going to bring no harm to no one. You're able to finance it all as well. Just do it. I advise everyone to just do it. Go to that country, change the job, just do it. Just do it. You have to pray on it first, obviously, and then just do it. I've had this vision in my brain from the time, hang on now, um, when I first came in 2018 and I stayed in a hotel. It was me and Lily. Lily was free at that time, and we both loved it. We had a great time. It was I think we was here for 3 or 4 days, and then when I had a mental breakdown, I wanted to just escape. It was either I leave the UK or I was going to commit suicide.
Wow.
I was just ready to just. It was either. It there was no middle ground. It was just me and God in Chicago for the 6, 7 days that I was here, and I found peace. I found clarity. I I prayed. I spoke to God, and even still, I was in the middle of it all. It didn't change anything. Just that it was just a different location. I didn't know anyone here, but I made a friend with the guy at the hotel, Darius, Dimitri. Sorry, hi Dimitri, if you're watching. Um, I always remember the conversation we had, and we was talking for hours. And I said, I can do this. And I said, I would like to live here. And I just didn't know what that meant. I didn't know I didn't know the pros and the cons. I didn't know what that meant, what that would look like. Then I had the vision. I wanted to experiment, see if I could do a month. I've never left the UK for more than 2 weeks. So me and Lily again, we came out 2023. We came out for the summer, and again, we loved it. And it's okay. And everyone was like, oh, Chicago's dangerous. It's dangerous. You know, you've got the gangs. There's gangs at home in London. I could literally step out of my house and get stabbed or shot, knocked over, or anything. Yeah? In London. London's not safe either. Nowhere's safe.
Right.
You know? So then from about 2020, from lockdown, I've been planning this stint from lockdown, looking at schools, looking at places to stay, but it was all God's fate. It was all God's doing, because wherever I've stayed, He's kept me really safe.
Come on.
He's introduced me to people. I even have a boyfriend out here.
You gotta spill that tea, girl. You got to spill that tea. That stood me right up over here.
And we met in 2023. So yeah, it's like God's put the people that I need in my life at this precise moment. I don't know, just do it. That's my motto right now. Just do it. Just pray on it and do it. Just don't. And you know what? You're gonna get criticized because people don't understand. And I've learned that whatever's in you, other people are not gonna understand that. Mom, I don't have no family in Chicago. It's literally me and Lily. I have no family. Yeah, I've made friends, and friends are here to be made, you know.
Yeah.
But I literally have no aunties, no uncles, no cousins. I have no family here, and everyone thinks I'm this crazy woman. Why Chicago? And I've said time and time again, I don't know why Chicago. It just feels home to me. My soul is at home. Every time I'm here, it's like, oh, thank God, I'm home. London's not home anymore. It's really strange. It's like London isn't home to me. Not that I'm dreading to go home, because obviously that's where my home is, and you know, that's where I work, that's where I have my family and my friends, but home is here. I feel more freer here. And I've seen a change in Lily as well anytime she's here. Yeah, she's missing her friends. Obviously she's in that age group where she's going to be missing her friends. So we've had times of we've had lots of, or tried to have lots of conversations with her, like video calls and stuff with her friends back home. But for me, I haven't missed anyone. I speak to my friends, you know, but I haven't said, oh my God, I'm missing such and such. It's wild. But yeah, just do it. Just do it. Just go ahead. Just do it.
And you listened to your heart. You listened to your heart, Mel. You said that this is my home. This is where I want to be. This is where I want to continue to flourish and grow at. This here, yes, this is my home. My home is there. But this right here feels home to me. And that is because of the heart and the gut instinct and gut intuition. We all need to listen to it. If something is telling you that somewhere is where you were just like, oh my God, this is where it is meant to be for me. This is where I need to be. Then do it there. You'll grow there. You'll flourish there. And as far as stepping out on fear, I know a lot of people fear of uncertainty. You wouldn't believe how many messages I get from people saying, what can we do now? What can we do to move forward? How can we move forward? What can we do to get on with our lives? I would tell them, just keep living. Just keep living. The fear is there, yes, but to counter that fear, you have to keep living and also find your joy and maintain your joy. Let me get into some of this article here from Monotone Psychology, and it's from the American Psychological Association, and it's saying tips for protecting your mental health this summer. And I'm pretty sure Mel would agree with this one right here, which is what we're talking about currently right now, stepping out on fear and worry. It says, acknowledge worry. Hot temperatures can make the threat of climate change more salient. Now, according to the Mental Health and Our Changing Climate Children and Youth Report, and this was back in 2023, by APA and Eco America, young people may be particularly cognizant to the threat climate change may pose in their futures. So get some green. Nature is definitely a well-known boost. So get outside, go outside. I know a lot of people like to walk around and barefoot and be grounded. Not this sister right here. I live in South Carolina and we got all kinds of bugs and I'm not a spider person. I'm not a frog person, y'all. If you don't know me by now, you'll know. Miss Stevie don't like frogs. I don't like spiders either. But
What about lizards?
I'm scared of them too. I think they're beautiful. I was watching Taryn Hall's show and I seen the guy came out with this beautiful yellow lizard and the lizard was so calm. And I said, okay, fear. Now we're talking about fear. I can deal with that. It'll take me a little step closer to get warm up to frogs and snakes, but a lizard that beautiful, and I mean the color was almost like a sunshine yellow, like an orange or
Wow.
sunshine yellow. I have to send you the cup mail. It was so beautiful. I said, now I can get with this. I can get with this. And then when I seen the guinea pig was hairless. I said, okay, this is cute because I grew up watching hamsters. We had to bring our pets. We had a pet hamster, and when I was going to school, and we had to take turns each day making sure that the hamster had water in his bottle and the cage and everything. My teacher had one. This is around 5th grade. So I said, okay, guinea pigs, I can get with that. This is a little bit different for me. But I say that to say this, getting in touch with nature, butterflies. One of the Spice Girls where you're at, Jerry, Ginger Spice, she went to this arc like this, how can I say it, in a place where it was nothing but butterflies. And the butterflies would literally walk up to you, lay on your arm and everything. It was so beautiful.
Wow.
And you
I
got to
funny you
see an
say
array.
that. A
Yeah, a
butterfly
lot of
landed on
butterflies.
my hand. I was outside and it landed on my hand. That's never happened to me before. It
Nature.
literally landed on my hand, and I wasn't scared. Usually I'm like, "Wah!" Like you. I don't do insects like yourself. I don't do the
Butterflies, I can do though.
spiders.
I can do
The
butterflies, but I
butterflies,
don't know
I
if you
don't
think they
mind.
crawl. Yeah.
But it was literally just landed so peacefully and elegantly on my hand. And he said, and I was thinking, is this a sign? Is this like, I don't know. Is it like a spiritual sign? I don't know. It just literally landed on the back of my hand, in, like here, in between my thumb and my index finger. It was really weird. That's never happened to me before.
That's a sign from God right there. If God is allowing an animal or an insect in any form and shape to land on you, that is a sign right there from God that you are great. And it's like animals pick up on certain things. They pick up on our auras. They
Mm.
pick up on everything. Like I said, we have a dog now. It was my brother's dog originally. And let me see if I can pull the picture up of her because she just got a haircut.
Oh.
And once you see her, you'll know. Let me pull this picture up of her. But I say that to say this. She'll bark at my cousin all the time when we go to my grandmother's house because she picks up off of his vibe and his energy. It's like animals know certain things. They
Mm.
know certain things and they pick up on it. It's a clear indication. That is her right here. Her name is Coco and she is a 5-year-old toy poodle. That is my baby.
Oh, she's adorable.
Yes, and you guys might have seen me bring her here on the show with me. She's ours now. My brother gave her to us, me and my mom, and she's been a blessing in disguise. But she's gotten more attached to my mom more than me. Now, when I'm fixing to get ready to go somewhere, I put on my little hat, I wear like a little garden hat when I'm going out. When I'm not doing style by Steve, you don't see me looking like this. But I put on like a little hat and everything. When she sees me put on that hat, she jumps up on me like dogs will. You know how they do. They put the little paws up on your leg like they want to be picked up. She will literally jump up on you as an indication. Don't leave me. Take me with you.
Yeah,
And
where
so
you going? I
everywhere
wanna
we
go.
go, my mother, if it's my mom and she sees her get ready to go towards the bathroom or wherever, because she knows my mom goes in there to get ready, to do her hair and brush her teeth and everything. And so she will follow her, wait outside the door until my mom is finished. That she knows. Animals know everything, and
Yeah,
that
animals
baby
know.
is smart. So I call her my baby. I told y'all I had a baby. I had a toy poodle. But I say that also as well too. Nature, taking her outside to do her business in the yard because we have a pretty big yard. Walk around the yard for a few
Mhm.
minutes. Take a walk, get some green, enjoy that grass, the fresh smell of cut grass. When the yard is cut, it is beautiful. You can see the flowers blooming and growing. Take a few minutes out of the day. Stay social. Stay connected with people. That is another method that the American Psychological Association has put on their site of tips that we can have an amazing and fabulous summer of protecting our peace. Go to the beach, see a new
Mhm.
country, like Mel said, because when she was here the last time, Chicago was on her mind. Like the song they say, Georgia's on my mind. Chicago was on her mind. And she wanted to go to Chicago, and she's there currently right now. So I would say travel the world. A girlfriend of mine, Frances, sent me some pictures of these beautiful locations, Mel, because I was thinking about leaving the country with the political climate and everything that we were going through. But she sent me some pictures of Fiji. I said, I'm thinking about maintaining citizenship in another country. And so she sent me a picture of one of the countries. She says, you got Guatemala, you got da da da, but Fiji.
Oh, Fiji.
Fiji is the color of the dress that I'm wearing today. That water
Yeah.
is crystal
Mhm.
blue. It is so gorgeous. And then when the sunlight hits it, I was in love. And I said, this is where I want to go. But she said, no, you got to dress, a certain way. If you're a woman, you have to dress a certain way in this country. You can't dress how you're dressing right now. She gave me a warning. She said, you can't wear it. I said, damn. Now, if I'm going for a visit as a tourist or whatever, that's different. But
That's
if you're
different.
moving there, the tradition, different countries have customs and traditions,
Mhm.
and you have to respect their culture. But I said, I can respect that. But it's so beautiful,
Mhm.
Francis. But if you have not seen Fiji, I suggest you go and take a look at it. The
Fiji
water is
is very
powder
pretty.
blue,
Mm.
very beautiful.
It's
Oh,
very,
I was
very stunning.
So nature, if you are a water lover, I would say go where the water is clean, clear, beautiful. If you are a beach person, Jamaica, those are one of the places that I was considering. All of the other places in the world that just had beautiful scenery. If not that, then lush green.
Mm.
Thailand was one of the places I was considering because I am a flower lover. I love flowers, and I think my mom's green thumb has rubbed off on me. She's starting to pick up all sorts of flowers that she sees, these beautiful exotic flowers that sprout up during the spring and summertime, and she plants them and
Oh.
she makes them grow. So my mother has a green thumb. Yeah, I don't have that gift to make flowers grow. When she says go out here and water the plants for me, that's all I do. But other than that, she tends to it. But yeah, I would say get involved with nature. Acknowledge your worry. Talk about it with people. Another thing is talk to someone. Talk to someone, a licensed professional. Therapy, there are so many
Mhm.
outlets out here for therapy. And that's what I love about you, Mel, is that you have Mel's affirmations. Because every morning we get up, you know my ritual. I get up and I pray and I talk to God and I say affirmations to myself. And you actually record your affirmations, and she would tag me in them. And I'm thankful for that. I didn't even ask Mel to tag me in them. She will tag me in them. I could be going through something, and Mel will tag me in something, and I'll be like, oh, I need this. Again, you are like a breath of fresh air
Oh.
that we need in these dark times. So I'll be looking forward to your tags in your posts, and I repost to my stories. And Alvin does have a green thumb. Shout outs to Tit for Tat, this and that. Make sure you guys go
I
and subscribe to his
have a
channel. He did
green
it.
thumb.
You do too? It's so therapeutic when
I
you
love
are
gardening.
planting flowers. But go ahead, Mel. I'm sorry.
I do love gardening. I haven't done it.
Uh,
So I've I blame my uncle, my mum's brother. It was all when I was little because I would watch him tend to my grandma's garden and he was growing carrots and he had and my grandma's rose bush. He would tend to that and stuff. But so since lockdown or a bit after lockdown, I got into gardening again and I wanted to just experiment and see what I could grow. So I was growing an avocado tree. My dad killed it last year. I think it was last year. My dad killed it. Yeah, it was massive. It was really tall, really, really tall, and my dad killed it. But I forgive him because my dad is a Jamaican and thought that he thought he was helping my avocado by putting ash on the soil, which they do in Jamaica, but it's a different soil and it's a different ash to what they have in Jamaica. So it died. And I was growing a mango tree, but that died because obviously the climate, and I don't have a greenhouse. And I've grown, what's it called? Bell peppers, cucumbers.
You and my dad, girl. If it's not bell peppers, it's tomatoes that he
Oh
grows.
yeah, tomatoes. Yeah,
Yeah.
tomatoes.
Hmm.
Yeah, we've grown tomatoes, and we did try pumpkins, but pumpkins is a runner.
Oh yeah.
They're a runner, and they've got shallow. What's it called? They've got shallow
Hmm.
roots, so they need less water. And I think between me, my mum, and my dad, we overwatered the pumpkin, and it died.
That's my fear. My mom tells me that. I said, "How much water you want me to put on the plant?" And that be my fear right there. I don't want to be killing the plant and be to blame for it. So I always ask my mom, "How much water do you want me to put on there?" And if it's like how, and we're in this climate right now where it's raining outside currently, uh, the rain will do it for you. That's another
Yeah.
outlet of nature as well. To take a few minutes, sit on your porch. If you have a green room that has like chairs and everything in it, take a few minutes and just
Oh,
sit out and just
I want me
take a
one of
book
those.
and read.
I want
Ah,
me a green room. The houses in America. I mean, let me not get too excited, but the houses here, OMG.
girl,
We talk. Me and Lily looked at two houses. Like I've got money. I don't, but I was. I just wanted to see. My curiosity is allowing me to explore and just see. So I had the opportunity to view two houses. You guys, man,
how was it?
amazing. Do you know how much you don't even know how lucky you are. How much space you guys have. The space. Um, Even in the apartment what me and Lily have now, the space. It's like we don't even have compared to the little shoe boxes we have back home and how much money they want for them. For the
It's more
houses
opportunity,
the houses
more opportunity to
on my
expand that.
parents
Yeah,
the houses on my parents' road are, hang on, let me convert it. Let me see now. So that you're like it's already like 800 900 hundred. So maybe eight. Yeah, between 8 and 900,000.
that's about right down here. And it gets higher than that depending on if you want stairs in the house. If you want to do an
Yeah,
add-on.
and
Yeah,
the house what I looked at along it's on our street actually, just further along our street. Um, they wanted a cash offer, and I was like, oh, the opportunities, and it was two apartments. It was like so it's a house, but it's got two apartments inside the house, so upstairs and downstairs. And the
like a townhouse. I know what you're
yeah,
talking
yeah,
about,
yeah,
where it's like
yeah,
they're merged.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then and then the first house we looked at had the basement, and then the realtor was like, "Oh, you could ask." It wasn't on the information on her list, on her listing thingy. She just said to me, "Oh, this would be like, this could be turned into another apartment. All you need to do is go to your like council, and then they do get planning permission." And I'm like, there's just so much space. That'd be like
Right.
3 kitchens, and then what I would do is what I would love to do is have Airbnb here.
And you'll have more space to be able to roam around. Look at what Alvin just said. 49.
Wow, 2.5 million in the UK. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah. Houses are through the roof in London right now, and the rent is even worse. For a shoebox, it's a shoebox. And the second
And you only get,
house,
just like in New York, you only get so much space in that
yeah,
one
yeah,
little apartment.
yeah. It's like New York. It's new, like it maybe a bit bigger than New York is small. Maybe it's about the same size. Maybe.
Was like a studio apartment,
Mm,
and you only get so much space
yeah,
in that one little apartment. And you might have a closet here, the bathroom is here, and they're all connected together, and then you have that little kitchen. No, I want something that is
I
spacious.
need
And I
space.
follow a lot of channels that do gardening. Because we're talking about the gardening aspect, because you said green room. It's a woman, she has a green room outside, well, at least two green rooms outside of her house.
Oh,
One is attached on, and the other one is on the further part of her land. Like, she has a lot of land. And it's just beautiful watching her garden. Her name is Garden Answer.
uh,
And her mom has a beautiful land as well too. Garden Answer on YouTube. Y'all go and check her out. Love her. And I'm like, my gosh, she got a lot of land out there. She's got a little room right here. And I think her husband has his tractor and everything. Like, they really, you would be amazed.
wow.
And if not her, then there's another woman by the name of Yellow Door Homestead, if I'm not mistaken. And she has like a little green room, a room where she puts her preserves and things. If she's growing vegetables, if you're growing vegetables, and when you said pumpkins, because pumpkins are hard to grow,
They are.
and like you said, they crawl, they crawl. So yeah,
Yeah, they're runners. But I am learning so much about the American culture. It's pretty much the same as the UK, to be fair. Just that your your names of stuff is different from what we would name things back home. It's the same thing though. I'm learning that. Getting on, we've been all over the place, on the bus, off the bus, taxis, Ubers. Yeah, with me and Lily are just getting out and about, doing some sightseeing, some touring. Just looking about, seeing what's out there. We having too much fun. I said.
it. And I want people to take that away from it as well too. That's what finding your joy and your purpose is all about. What Mel just said, have fun. Because when she was here the last time, when Mel was here the last time, we talked about her going to Chicago and just that experience. And she showed me pictures and everything, like, check this out. And just being able to, shall I say, get a taste of life, experience life. That is what we should be doing more than ever. What people ask me all the time, what can we do? Enjoy the moment.
Mm,
Enjoy with your friends. Yes, we could focus on what's going on in the climate right now. Of course, stay vigilant to everything that's going on around you, because it can impact you in some sort of way.
mm-hmm.
But also, don't forget to find your joy,
Yeah.
find your peace of mind. Because if you walk around sometimes and you're watching the news, every day we're glued to our phone screens or the television screens, laptop, tablet, whatever, and it says breaking news, breaking news, breaking news, and you get that
Mm,
little notification when you scroll down your toolbar or whatever. Make sure that you are taking a minute to unplug. And I know for me, sometimes having to cover everything that is going on, I have to unplug. And my escape for unplugging is going to some of my colleagues' casts, like Bubs the God, Alvin, Tit for Tat, this and that, my brother K Tooks, and we know K Tooks, we're all connected by the hip, like I said. K-Tooks will send me recipes sometimes. So you guys know that I love food. Me and Mel here love food, and that's how we connected was through food. She has a dessert company, Mel's Desserts, and she sent me these dope lollipops. And when my co-host Johnny was here, I was eating them during the interview. Johnny had said something. We were talking about somebody, and I was sitting there. That was me promoting her product. I was eating those lollipops. I said, this is the good kind of candy. And she shipped them all the way down here to the US. And me and my mom were eating them and everything. She's like, oh, this candy is sticky. It's pretty good. It gets stuck in your teeth. I love candy like that, that gets kind of stuck in your teeth. That's the good kind of feeling because I grew up on what's that candy? My grandmother used to eat it all the time. Uh, oh, they're long and they're like caramel. I can't remember them right off the bat. And my grandmother would eat them and she would love them. They would get stuck in your teeth. It's not jawbreakers. It's
Is
not that
it
because they don't get stuck in your teeth. Yeah.
is it Werther's Originals? They're a bit caramel.
Yes.
The
Others.
the little
Others.
round ones.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
The caramel. And then they got the toffee one as well too.
Yeah.
And so she loved those. And I remember they used to come in the tin can. And she would collect the tin cans. So those are little things, bits and pieces. Remember those things right there. Remember what brings you joy. Candy and food can be an escape as well too, in moderation. But when Mel was here the previous time, we also talked about ways you can stay healthy during the summer months. Because I know a lot of people are wanting to get in shape to go to the beach and things. But also live life. Don't put yourself on a diet so strict that you are not doing things by moderation. I've had to cut back off of fried foods and I see a complete difference. You all see the difference. The weight is going down just a little bit. Because I was like, when I came back, the pandemic was going on. We were all inside. I was exercising hard during the pandemic. And then I had a sinus infection, so I had to stop. And I think I told Mel about that. And Mel was like, what happened? I think it was Mel and K2, so I told about that. And I was out for a few days because of that sinus infection. And then I had to come back. So my advice to anybody is make sure that you're staying healthy. Make sure that you're doing things in moderation. That's another tip for maintaining your peace in the midst of chaos. For me, I love ice cream. I love ice cream. And me and
Have you
Mel,
got
we
the ice
teach
cream
each other
museum
love.
in North Carolina?
Girl, yes. And my cousin, she's up there. I have a brother up there. And I also have a girlfriend up there. Our girl is in the group, Steph. She's in North Carolina now. Yes, her and her
So
sons up
you
there in
need to
North
go to the
Carolina.
ice cream museum if you have one.
I will be contacting my cousin over the weekend
I'm
because
sure
she tried to come
there's
down
one
here to
there.
visit me.
I'm
Yeah.
sure it's there. Maybe I know they're only. I know it's maybe not. Hang on, it's New York, Chicago, somewhere, somewhere, and there's only like a handful around the world. But check it out if it's there. Yeah, definitely check it out.
I love desserts. I love desserts. I'm a dessert junkie. And Mel makes desserts. So if you know me, that's my escape, my getaway. I wouldn't say people like you're doing it for greed. You're greedy. It's gut. Listen, after a hard day of work, you have to eat something to calm your mind. And for me, Baskin Robbins did the trick. They now have their ice creams in in the carts in the store versus having to go to the actual Baskin Robbins franchise. And there's pecan praline, and then there is the one that I get is anything that has caramel in it. I love caramel. And then the Talenti gelatos.
Oh
I love
yeah, yeah.
those as well too. The caramel cookie crunch is my favorite one.
Oh,
So, yep.
I've had so much food here. I'm
It's
gonna
it's
when I go back to London, I need a detox.
it's so
But
many options down here.
saying that, I have been eating well. I have been sticking to my supplements and whatnots, and eating my fruits and my vegetables. Same way, I'm still regimented, but the Wingstop here, oh, the KFC here. Oh my Lord. Why is it? I swear, I don't know if it's I don't know what they put in the food in Chicago, but
From
and then
the hot
I
dog
must
to the
say,
pizza.
I
It's
must say, can I do a
mm,
shout out to Jeremy from scratch? He is from Chicago, and every time I come here, his food. If anyone is watching this in the Chicago area, please, please order your food from scratch catering. You are not going to be disappointed. His fried chicken, his noodles, his salmon. I even ordered. He does breakfast as well. He does porridge, oatmeal, you guys call it. So I had the cinnamon and apple oatmeal. I don't.
what?
When when I make it at home, when I've made it, it doesn't taste as good as that. But I tell you, his food is just yeah. And it's my birthday in a couple of weeks, and I've ordered my birthday dinner already. His mac cheese, his oxtails, um, his salmon, yeah, everything I've had, yeah.
Oh, girl, you said the magic word, fried chicken. And Alvin just put it in the comments. It ain't made me no better. I'm trying to stay away from fried foods, but y'all tipped me. I take the
Sorry,
skin off though, but I can eat ball chicken. I mean, I can still eat fried foods, but I just have to cut back. My doctor said limit it
yeah.
because your blood levels were raising. When my friends come from Paris to visit, they always want to go to Walmart. Yes, it is something about the American cuisine, the American overall cuisine. So when Mel says Chi-Town, I can't help but think about the
The
pizza.
pizza.
Now, if you go to New York, y'all know I love pepperoni pizza. Whenever my guests ask me what is your favorite food, it is always pepperoni pizza. Uh, listen, those slices of pizza in New York are
They are
huge,
huge.
and in
They are.
Chicago too. And it's just like, am I going to finish it now? I mean, in one bite? Wow.
Yeah. It is the best. I agree. It is the best. Best pizza. It is.
Massive slices. And I'm just like, and you see it because we're now in a day and age of Pinterest and TikTok. And when someone is saying documenting their travel vlogs or whatever, and they show a slice of Chicago pizza, I'm just like this. Like my mouth is wide open to the floor. Like I'm just enamored. But I love cheese. And the cheese is just coming out of the sides. I like mine with stuffed crust also too. So it depends. It depends on which pizza facility. But you got a question, Mel. White
Never been
Castles in
to White
Chicago.
Castles. Not yet. Not yet.
Their burgers.
I, there's so many, there's so much food here.
So many options.
There's so many options. I'm like, oh my gosh. Yeah, I do need to go to White Castle's, Harold's Chicken, and there's another chicken spot I need to check out too. So I've got time. I've got, I've still got time, but I'm just trying to, yeah, fit everything in. I
One
might
thing.
have to go home. And another thing about Walmart, why is Walmart for me is amazing, but why is Walmart, where's the other way? The other one we went to? Target, Walmart. Why is everything so big?
For people to have options, no, girl. Costco. Costco,
No,
you get
not Costco.
everything in bulk,
I
girl.
know we've got no right. Costco back home is huge as it is. I don't even want to go into a Costco here. I can't. I was so. Where was it? Hang on, 2 secs. Lily, come here, please. I need to ask my Lily something. I can't remember the store we went into. Was it? What was it called? Lil. You know that store we went into where you wanted to go? Where was it? Walmart. It was Walmart, innit? Yeah. Why is it so big?
I have no idea. They want people to have options. And
It's
then when you go to an aisle, you go to a food aisle and you go to the ice cream section, there's like a plethora of different ice cream brands from Breyers to Baskin Robbins. They even have like the little Debbie cakes, the Comet, what is it? The chocolate Comet bars. Have y'all seen those? They got that in an ice cream. They got an oatmeal pie ice cream. They got a honey bun ice cream. I mean, they're making so many different ice creams out of the little Debbie cakes. And I haven't tried them yet. But my mom I showed it to her. She said something to make your sugar go up. But I love it. I love the good kind of sugar that's bad for you, but I still have to be mindful and critical. Again, I say do things in moderation.
Yeah, do
But
it in all moderation.
Costco is the way to go. You get things in bulk the same way you would in Sam's Club. And I've seen people literally come out of there with carts of stuff in their basket. And I'm just like, they done stocked up. They done got them. Bluebell is the best. I love Bluebell. And I told Mel the story. I think about the peach cobbler, or was it the peach cobbler or the banana pudding ice cream that I ate right after my graduation? And I had to keep looking down to make sure I was eating ice cream. Okay, here's what happened. So I went in the store right after graduation. I went in my cap, gown, and everything. And I was still getting congratulations. I said I didn't want to go to a party. Everybody wanted to do graduation parties, after parties, and stuff like that for the people who graduated. But I said I just want to eat me some ice cream and go home and watch something on television. And so I went to the store and I got me this little pint of, I think it was banana pudding ice cream. And I had to keep looking down like, am I eating banana pudding or am I eating ice cream? It was so decadent and it was so good.
Wow.
And then they had the peach cobbler ice cream. I said, man, oh my God. It is a different kind of feeling. It's a different kind of feeling when you're eating something and you're having to do a double take. Like, okay, what am I eating? Am I eating ice cream or banana pudding? Pecans, praline, and cream is the best. My grandmother loves it, and she likes black walnut too.
Wow. Yeah, I haven't really got a favorite ice cream at the minute. I think my all-time favorite ice cream would always be cookies and cream.
Mine's too. If not cookies and cream, then what's the other one? Moose Tracks? Is it Moose Tracks?
I've seen that in the supermarket. What is that?
Moose Tracks, and then there's also the one where it's like the Reese's peanut butter cups. Moose Tracks is like chocolate, and I think it is also pecans as well too. So
yeah, I saw that one in the supermarket. There's so much for me to try.
And so many restaurants. It's just like it'll make your head spin. Like, oh my God.
I can't choose which restaurant I'm going to next. There's just so much choice. Back home, it's like, what do I want to eat? And I always go to my usual. But when I'm here, I have to eat more than. It's just hard to choose.
My bad. Moose Tracks does not have pecans in it. It has peanut butter cups swirled with Moose Tracks fudge. Oh yeah.
Ooh, that sounds good.
So this is what it looks like, y'all. If you haven't seen Moose Tracks, it is so decadent and rich. And I still have some in my refrigerator. So right after I finish my convo with Mel here, I am definitely going to binge eat because y'all done got me hungry. I try to starve and look cute, and I did eat earlier, but I said, if I'm going to have a conversation with my girl, I'm going to save my desserts afterwards. I'm going to make sure that I get my desserts afterwards. And the Talenti gelatos have been doing it for me. My aunt put me on to that. And so caramel cookie crunch is my favorite.
Ooh,
and then the other one as well too.
They are nice.
It's so good.
Yeah. And as talking of desserts, I have been baking. I have done a spot of baking while I've been here. Today I baked again. I baked 3 cakes today. The coconut one didn't come out as I hoped, but it's just a sample. It's just getting ideas. Yeah, so I'm still baking, not as often as I'd like. Obviously, now that I'm back to work part time.
Yeah.
So when I leave here, I'm going straight into the office. So I land the morning of the 7th, and I'm back to work on the 9th. I'll be hella jet lagged. I don't know what's that gonna look like. I'll be like, but yeah, I'll be back to work, and I will be starting a trauma informed training program, which I'm really excited about. Alongside, I am studying psychology, so my long-term goal is to do some form of baking. I didn't say this with Kenneth,
Oh,
but I want to do something with therapy, baking, something along that line. Yeah, that's my long-term goal. Whether it happens or not, it's a goal.
it's
As
gonna
they
happen. Girl, you got this. It is going to happen.
as they say, it's not about the end goal, it's about what you learn on the journey.
Come on.
So I am excited because I don't know where, I don't know where God's taking me right now, and I feel like God is using me as his vessel as I've asked him to. So yeah, I am excited. I just don't want to go back to London. But as we know, we have to stay in the moment. As I'm staying in the moment, and I'm just embracing each moment as it is, and going back home. I still have another couple of weeks before that happens. I'm going to enjoy the rest of this month, enjoy my birthday month as it's my birthday month, and then yeah, release and relax into that. But I am excited. I am going to Indiana for my birthday. Well, me and Lily are going to Indiana for my birthday. Yes.
And listen, you are going to have an amazing time. Indiana, Gary, Indiana. When I think of Gary, Indiana, I think of Michael Jackson. That's the
Oh
hometown.
yeah.
Yep.
I just learned that the other day.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I just learned that that's where he was from. I had no idea. Yeah.
Yep. Gary, Indiana, Janet, the
Yeah.
Jacksons,
Yeah.
Michael, all of them. They grew up there. That's like their hometown. And what gets me is they sometimes go back and visit their home, and people will literally. It's a frenzy trying to see them and take pictures with them and stuff. But you're gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a good time, and this is what I like to call a taste of life, not just a taste of the food and the culture and everything, but I want people in the US down here. So much craziness going on. Find a taste of life. Find your peace. And
Mm.
I'm seeing people find their pieces by methods of self-care. Travel is a form of self-care. You're going to a new country, and there are so many people who vlog their journeys from then to now of travel and food and so many things that you can do to protect your peace and stay
Mm.
sane. Nature is one of them. Taking a walk, taking a hike, and I love what you're doing, Mel. And you know I'm supporting and rooting right for you 100%, and so is K
Oh,
Tooks and
thank
others
you.
of what you're doing with helping people with baking through therapy. We need more of that. We need that because there's a lot of people who feel hopeless, who feel despair, who feel fear, all of these different emotions. And I think by them putting their energy into something productive that can be helpful, that can help and make an impact, and you can also eat good doing it. I think this would be great. I think this is great. So it is going to happen.
You said about vlogging,
Yeah.
when people vlog and do share their experiences through vlogging and showing their viewers and stuff. I want to do that with my journey of moving to Chicago. I just don't know. When they say just start, just do it.
Yes.
I want to
Go
do that,
for it.
but I have no idea how, I don't know what I'm doing. So yeah,
You
watch
got it.
this space. I want to do it. I want to share my experiences with the whole everything this time, because I haven't shared the journey. I've been saying it, and obviously I've done it because I'm here. Like I've been here since um halfway through April, but it's yeah. Um, as I've said to Lily, this isn't a vacation. This is to see if we could live here. This is to see if we're brave enough and strong enough to do it.
And you
And
are.
I am, obviously, because I'm doing my do, but at the same time, it's just to see like what's available for us, what's the opportunities for us. I've been blessed because this apartment where I'm in, across the street is a school, and right now they had school tours and was able to see the school. I sent the email to the principal, and he said, "Yeah, come along. What year is she going to be in?" And I was like, I had to think then, because it's the grading system is different from back home,
Yeah.
so I had to figure that out, and I did. So he said, "Oh no, come along," and it was just so the energy from the school. It felt so. This I've always gone in with like anxiety, a little bit, just a little bit of a. Me and Lily was nervous, apprehensive, nervous, anxious, that kind of thing. It's a whole new thing, and I said, "Well, we have nothing to be nervous about because I'm not signing you up to the school. We're just having a look." But the energy from the school, it felt like I can't even explain it, but it felt so nice. It felt like this overwhelming hug, like I was being hugged. It just like big warm energy. And one of the teachers, so we met the principal and we met her, so it would be like the grade 5 teachers. So one of them, so no, both of them, both teachers, their names had significance to me and my family. Yeah. And so one of the teachers' names in Lily's school, and the other name was like resemblance to my family name.
See?
And
And
was like,
I
if this
praise
ain't a
that
sign,
tree, girl.
if this ain't a sign, I don't know what is. But so yeah, it's like I have to just go with this gut feeling and try and make a way. It's not as if I'm doing it on my own, because I'm doing it with God. It's all about
Come on.
God right now. I'm putting God first, and I'm focusing on God. And if it feels right, I'm doing it. If it doesn't feel right, I won't do it. But this is feeling so real and so right to me.
Your intuition.
Yeah, yeah. And this is where I say sometimes you have to go on your intuition, you have to go on your gut feeling, you have to, it may not, as I said before, it may not make any sense to anyone else, and that's okay, because your vision and your purpose is for you, it's not for anyone else. So everyone else around you may not understand what's going on for you. They may not understand, oh, why you want to go to Chicago, why do you want to start your own business, why do you want to do this, why do you want to do that? Because this is how I'm feeling, this is how other people may be feeling. You want to travel, do it. If it's in your instincts, if it's in your gut, if it's in your soul, if your soul's burning for you to go, do it. Just yeah, we've only got one life,
And live.
and
Live.
live. There's so many things happen in our lives on a daily basis.
Yes.
So many things are happening around us. Like, yeah, I'm in Chicago and I've seen it on the news, as you said. I mean, I haven't watched the news today, And I've literally shut off today. This is the only bit of social media that I've done. But I'm staying away because the news is so sad. There's
It's
multiple
depressing.
shootings in Chicago, you know, because the gun culture here is real. It's a real thing. Even like there was like muggings, there's been shootings, there's all sorts of things, and it's like it it's here, you know. It's sad. So I thought, you know what, let me just digress and switch off. And
Decompress. It's overwhelming.
it can get overwhelming. It can. And it's on a daily basis. So if I'm seeing it on the news every day, people out there are living it. You know? People are, and it, even though, yeah, it happened yesterday, but they're still mourning. People are in mourning and it's still happening. You know, so just live your life. If you want to start a new job, if you want to start the business, if you want to write your book, if you want to go travel, if you want to see whatever, if you want to go to Paris, if you want to go to New York, if you want to go wherever you want to go, Fiji, you want to go Jamaica, live your life. I'm not going to Jamaica, but you can. That's just a personal reference. I have family in Jamaica. Yeah, yeah. I've only seen one cousin, but I wouldn't see anyone else. Joke.
And it's so much to see. And K2 says this, just be yourself, Mel. Maybe do an introduction video with introducing yourself as far as getting your vlog and your journey started, because people want to know more about you, your story, your travels, and watching people do it. Like this man has traveled. I've watched one channel where a man has traveled all across the country to these beautiful exotic locales, and he has documented it from the food and the culture, and he's coming on my show sometime later
Ooh.
in this year. So I'm going to be looking forward to chatting with him. And he's explored different foods, the animals, the scenery. He documents it all on his channel. And I'm going to send you his information to check him out as well too.
Cool.
Pretty cool. And he's coming on later this month in the show. But yes, out to anybody. Today's show is titled A Taste of Life, because Mel, she is giving you a taste of life, a taste of opening doors to new opportunities and not letting fear overrule, or just letting, stepping out on faith. It can be scary for a lot of us. So today's show is titled A Taste of Life. And I titled it that for a reason, because I wanted us all to have just an escape, a getaway from all of the craziness. Tune out and unplug for a few minutes. Yes, stay glued to the headlines of everything that is going on in the world. Be aware. And I stated that yesterday with Andre. But also make sure that you're being gentle to yourself, because you are only one person. And sometimes picking up this can be overwhelming to a lot of us, because it's headline after headline after headline. And you just sometimes have to take it and put it down. Like, okay, it's time for us to do something different, a different strategy here. So that would be my advice to anybody before we wrap, because this was such a great conversation, Mel, and I think a lot of people can take away from this. But before we let you go, girl, what other gems what you would give to people on maintaining clarity in this time right now? Because I know a lot of people are reflecting, like, what can we do in this time? What can we do to move forward?
So again, clarity. I think again, it's prayer, trusting yourself and your own instinct, and meditation. Meditation, so you can see the vision, see. I mean, I've had this vision. I don't know where it's come from. I've had this vision for. I've had
From
this
God,
vision in
because He
my mind.
sends us things. When you said God, the Spirit, He sends you things.
Mm,
Like my mother had the weirdest dream. She said she saw a baby on a roof, and
wow.
God put the baby, my brother's baby, in the dream, because He knew that his girlfriend would have a baby. They had been trying to start a family. And my mother saw the baby in the dream. You know how our parents would say, I've been dreaming of fishes last night. Somebody is pregnant. And so she told, I heard her telling my grandmother, and I was there too. She said, that baby put Stevie, that baby put that baby. And God put that baby in a dream for a reason. She had a boy. And luckily, lo and behold, I have a nephew who was on his way to 2 years old and still
Wow.
growing, already walking. These babies are smart. So God sends us signs in the
Mhm.
most craziest of ways. And you're just like, okay.
Mhm.
And then it happens to you. You have to pinch yourself
Mhm.
like, can this be happening to me? Is this deja vu? Like it really happens.
It happened, and see, see my tattoo on my arm. It's believe, and I can see it
Mm,
every day, every hour of the day, every minute, and I put it there purposely so I can know I believe in myself. I believe in what I'm doing, and furthermore, I believe in God. I know that the vision, what I've seen in my mind, it will come. It will come into fruition if I allow it. If I don't believe in myself, it won't happen. So I advise people again, meditation, prayer, visualize. I'm not even wearing my t-shirt, but I've got my other business t-shirt. So yeah, sorry. So yeah, prayer, visualization, meditation, and to write it down. Journal. Write down what you've seen in your
gratitude.
vision. You know, all these things are important. And thank you for Kenneth for your message. I will figure it out. Yay! Yeah, journaling. We all need to write things down. Because if it's all clogged up in our brains, we're going to be on that constant hamster wheel. We're going to be anxious. We're going to be depressed. We're going to be overwhelmed. We need to release it somehow. With me, it's baking, meditating, being silly in the kitchen, and being able to express it through journaling. It's all important, you know.
Absolutely. A
Thank
lot
you,
of
Miss
people don't
Stevie, for
start
having
gratitude
me.
journals. You are so welcome, my girl, and I love you, sis. And
Love you too,
to
my
add
honey
on
bun.
to what Mel just said, I'm going to give you today's final thought, which says strength grows in the moments you can't go on, but you keep going on anyway. And that's through the strength of God. That is also through the strength of building community. And I'm going to say this tribe of people here, from Alvin to K Tukes to Bubs to Harold to Deshaun to Mel, my girl, uh, each and every one of you guys. I'm thankful for each and every one of y'all because it is about tribe, it is about unity, and making sure that you're reaching out to your neighbors. More than ever, I get a lot of messages from people saying, what can we do? Build community, build your tribe, find people that you gel with. And the bond is unbreakable. It's like gorilla glue. It's not gonna move. It's gonna stay there.
Mm.
Make sure that you are finding people that you are in community and proximity with, who understand you and who get you. And that is what I want to close the show off with today. And Mel, as always, girl, you are a breath of fresh air. I can't stop singing it because you are. And
Thank
keep
you.
bringing positivity and light to this very dark and chaotic world because we need it more than ever. And that's why today's show is titled A Taste of Life, because I want you all to go and just get a taste out of life. Live life to the fullest. Travel. See a movie you haven't seen. Uh, Go and taste different foods. Go experience different cultures. Try things that are outside of your norm than what you would do in your
Mm-hmm.
everyday. Of course, you get up, you brush your teeth, you take a shower, get your day started. But also make sure that you are doing things that are outside of your norm, that push you to your limits, that make you say, hey, I want to do something else new, and I want to do something else new. Find something fun that brings you joy. And that would be my advice to anybody on finding community and also finding a piece of yourself. Don't become so overwhelmed by everything that is going on that
Mm.
it consumes you and you feel depleted. You feel depleted like you can't go anymore. But of course, take those breaks, come back, refuel, and recharge and regroup and decompress. And take a moment out of the day, sit and reflect, and also do your affirmations and prayer in the morning. That is two things that I stand firm on.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure that you are doing those as well too.
Oh, can I add
So
also, Miss Stevie?
yes, girl, go ahead.
And as well, don't forget, if you want to do these things, do them on your own.
Come on.
Don't be afraid to step out and do it on your own. You don't need your partner, you don't need your child. I mean, for me, I can't leave my child alone because she wouldn't she wouldn't have it. So, but if you can do a solo trip, go to a restaurant by yourself. I've done that and I had the most fun. Even took a trip to the movies. I did the biggest thing in the grips of my anxiety, and I will never forget. I'm very proud of that moment. I went to see a theatre show on my own, and I was row, front row, so I couldn't see the people behind me. So yeah, but yeah, you have to do these things alone, or just get up and go. Just say, you know what, I'm going to do this today. Do it alone. But remember, you're not alone. You're with God. Your God is with you all the time.
Absolutely.
You know, yeah. And talking of going to the beach, I went to the beach the other day and I had the sand in my toes. The waves was crashing. Oh, magical. Perfect, perfect.
Staying in tune with nature. Before we go, Mel said that. Staying in tune with nature. Get out there. That sun, that vitamin D, whenever you're seeing darkness and despair because you're looking at the walls, you're inside your house all day. Get outside. Take a few minutes to go outside. My mother told me that. I said, Mama, what you doing? And she went outside. She said, maybe if I get some sun, I need to take in this vitamin D. She took a walk around the yard. And of course, she went to look at her flowers and everything. But take a few minutes out of the day and enjoy nature. Enjoy that sunlight. And that'll be my advice to anybody as well, too, as far as self-care. That sun is your best friend and you need it. Hey, girl. Shout out to Chef Ladybug.
And also, as well, it doesn't have to be the sunshine. Me and Lily got drenched yesterday in the rain.
Again, life experience.
It was so refreshing. The rain here hits different. I don't know. I would never do this back home. My hair was all wet. I was drenched. My t-shirt, my shorts, everything was drenched. But by the time we got home, it was dry because the sun come out again. I would never do that nonsense back home.
Heavy rain and running through the rain. But see, that's fun. That is life, experiencing the today's show, which is called The Taste of Life. So Chef Ladybug, you missed a good one, girl. You got to go back and watch from the beginning to end. We touched on a number of things to protecting our peace, to stay insane in the midst of chaos. Today's show, again, is titled A Taste of Life. And each day I'm going to try to do a show title and incorporate it into my interviews as well, too. So make sure that you are staying aware, stay vigilant, and find your joy. Find your joy in the midst of chaos. You got to remain happy, Fashion Dolls. And I want you all to be happy because we are going to keep bringing you happiness and joy and so many of these things. So I want y'all to remember that. And Mel, let everyone know where they can follow you at, my girl. I had such a great time. And we got to bring you back again so that
when I'm home,
everybody can feel what me and K-Tooks and everyone feels.
You can find me at mellsdesserts.com. No, sorry, that's my website. My website is down at the moment. I'm on social media, so you can find me under mellssafespace, which is all one word, mellssafespace. Mell's affirmation corner, again, all one word. And I am under Mell's Desserts, which is this platform, Mell's Desserts. So it's Mell's _desserts. So yeah. I may not be running as a business as, but I'm still baking. It's just that where God wants me right now, and
yeah, in his direction, on his time, and you're going to get it.
Yeah. Much love to you too, Kenneth. Love you too, bro. Thank you, Miss Stevie. I will always appreciate you. Love you.
Love you too, girl.
I appreciate you so much for always having me on your platform. I'll be home. I'll message you before I leave, but I will be home the 7th of July.
Yes. Please keep me posted. Keep me updated. Send me pictures, everything, because I am going to bring her back on the show. Fashion Dolls. Make sure y'all tune in tomorrow we have Kenyon Glover. I love y'all. And this show will be up on Style by Stevie Daytime so that you can check out my previous conversation with Mel. We did it again during the springtime. We were talking about spring and transitioning into the spring season, going through, depression, so many things. So make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you follow Mell's Safe Space. I love you all, and I want you guys to all continue to find joy and take a bite out of life. Take care, fashion girls.
Bye.
Take care, girl.